What's up, Heart fans? Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the Butch Hartman cinematic universe. You never know, at the end of this video, after fighting Thanos, I just might fade away. All right, what makes the perfect cartoon character? I mean, think about that. There's been a million, bajillion, quintillion, squintillion cartoon characters that have come and gone across the silver screen, both television and movies. But what makes a perfect character? I mean, you know, some characters have great amounts of this, but not enough of this. And they have a great amount of that, but not enough of that. I mean, what would it take to make the perfect cartoon character? Well, thankfully, I have compiled a list of what I think can make some of the coolest aspects of any cartoon character. We're going to mush them all together and see what we come up with. Here we go. Okay, before we get into this list, I have a couple disclaimers. These characters that I'm going to be choosing from are all from movies. These are characters that originated on theater screens, not television screens. Also for this list, this is just Butch Hartman's own personal opinions, what I think would make the perfect cartoon character. So if you disagree with me, hey, that's what the comment section is for. Get on down there, man. Get down in there and make some comments. You know what you want to do. You know you want to make some comments. So, what would make the perfect cartoon character? Let's start with character design. Now, I really think that, you know, what resonates really perfectly with an audience is what a character looks like. I mean, the first introduction of a character normally is what they look like. Sometimes you'll start with a voiceover, you don't see the character, then they kind of walk in from the shadows. Yes, that works. But then our opinion and our first reaction to that character is really formed based on what the character looks like. So there's been a million different cartoon characters over the years that have just had some epic designs, very unique, some very edgy, some very cartoony, very cute. But one of my favorite characters, I'm going to kind of pick a semi-obscure character that a lot of you know, but really hasn't done much. They've taken this character and put him in certain things, but never really given him the attention I feel he deserves. But I just love this character design, and I have since I was a kid. I'm going way back, and I'm gonna pick, for one of my favorite character designs, Marvin the Martian.
I'm a Martian!
I love Marvin the Martian from the Warner Brothers library of characters because he's a character with no mouth. He's got a little black, like, marble for a head. He wears a Roman centurion helmet with a scrub brush on the top and a tiny little skirt and giant tennis shoes. In fact, those tennis shoes are what I based my cartoon character tennis shoe design on as I grew up. I just think he's a great character. The way he looks is so unique, and there's really not too many characters like him out there, you know.
Oh, the Earth. I'm going to blow it up. It obstructs my view of Venus. Shakalaka. Boom.
Now let's go to the next category, which is for the perfect cartoon character. We have a great character design, but we're going to need that perfect cartoon character voice. Let's talk about what makes a character voice great. I really think it's got a couple of factors. It's got to have a real effect on the audience. It's got to really bring that character to life. Because think about it. You're watching a drawing come to life, whether it's a CG rigged character or an actual hand-drawn drawing. These are drawings that are moving. That's what they're doing. They're just drawings that are moving. But the voice actor is responsible for bringing them to life. When I worked on Fairly Odd Parents, we had so many great voices. They really brought those characters to life. And that's really one of the big reasons why Fairly Odd Parents lasted so long, because the character voices were so strong. But I'm thinking when it comes to the plethora, which means a whole lot of character voices to choose from, one of my favorite character voices growing up as a kid, and I'm going way back for this one, it's another Looney Tunes character. You might think I'm favoring Looney Tunes, but I'm really not. I just happened to land on this when I was going through the lists, is Foghorn Leghorn.
It's sure quiet around here. You could hear a caterpillar sneaking across a moss bed in tennis shoes.
I love Foghorn Leghorn because he was that sort of southern character. I say, boy, what do you think you're doing? Lum dum 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 dum. Just that voice, just all of those inflections, and that character was so funny. I didn't care what he did. No matter what Foghorn Leghorn did, I just wanted to see it because he was so funny. And you're talking about a character that was a giant rooster in a barnyard. And it was probably the most boring environment of all time. But that character, Mel Blanc, made that character voice so rich and so amazing that it made that character just come to life no matter where you put him. So let's look at some other aspects of what makes a cartoon character perfect. Now, we had character design, we had character voice. Let's go into character development. A character is really nothing without great character development. And I'm talking about taking a character from point A all the way to the end of its character arc. And the best way to do this is in movies. I mean, film characters have to go from point A all the way to point Z in a movie, otherwise there's really not a good movie. You know, for example, in a TV episode, you have maybe if it's an 11-minute episode or a 30-minute episode, a character can have an arc and it's awesome. They go from not knowing something to learning something at the end. Perfect. But a movie character's got to have an arc with lots of colors, lots of great flavoring all the way through. The richer that character arc is, the more the audience is going to connect with it. That's why when you're writing your characters, everybody out there who's creative, when you're writing these characters, don't just write a character that's one note. I'm a bad guy and I'm bad all the time. Or I'm a good person and I'm good all the time. Give them some flaws. Give them some decisions to have to make. Give them some obstacles to have to overcome. Make the audience go along that journey with them, and that's going to really make that character a lot richer. And one of my favorite character development story arcs that I've seen in theatrical animated character, I had to really look around for this one because there's so many great ones, but I really landed on this one. It's not a Looney Tunes character this time, but it's a Pixar character, and that character is Mr. Incredible. I love the character arc of Mr. Incredible from the first Incredibles movie, #1, and even the second Incredibles movie. But in the first Incredibles movie, we really get to know who Bob Parr is. It's just so great because the movie starts off with some old newsreel footage of Mr. Incredible when he's young and he's fighting crime. He's really in shape. He's just having a great time being a hero.
Thank you, Mr. Incredible. You've done it again.
Yeah, you're the best.
And then we go through that journey with him when he's younger. He goes through that moment where he's an awesome hero, he's loving it, to where there's a really tragic event that occurs that really kind of changes the course of his and every other superhero's life. And then we pick him up 20 years later where he's, you know, not a superhero anymore. And he's just a beaten down guy in a cubicle. He's this really big guy in that little tiny cubicle, and just frustrated and sad and morose and really not being able to do what he loves to do. And he gets to go out with Frozone. He has to sneak out at night with Frozone and fight crime. And then somebody calls and offers him a job as a superhero. So he jumps into the situation, even though he doesn't really know what it's all about, and in doing so he causes a lot of circumstances to happen that he's got to save his family from. But the coolest thing about Mr. Incredible is he learns to go from being Mr. Incredible solo to being part of the Incredibles, the entire family of superheroes. And that, to me, is one of the best character arcs in animation movie histories. Okay, so what else can we add to our character to make the perfect cartoon character? We've already had design and voice and development, but we're also going to need something that's very important. That's longevity. You want your character to be around long enough for audiences to be able to get to know that character. And this really is hands down no competition at all. I had to go with the obvious one. This is a Disney character, and it's Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, one of my favorite characters. I just love Mickey Mouse. I think a lot of people do. Mickey can go two ways. People absolutely love Mickey, or they don't want to admit that they love Mickey. I don't think anyone actually hates Mickey Mouse. How can you hate me? I'm charming. To me, Mickey's just charming as heck, and I love Mickey Mouse. And I've grown up with Mickey Mouse. You know, I'm a lot older than you probably, but Mickey's been around since I was a kid. He's been around since before I was born, before my parents were born. Mickey Mouse has been around for 90 years. I mean, you talk about longevity. I really can't think of another character that I would even put on this list that's been around longer than him. And one other aspect of Mickey Mouse is I think one of the smart things they've actually done, they've kept him kind of a blank slate. And Mickey Mouse can sort of be whoever we need him to be. He can be a secret agent. He can be the nicest guy in the world. He can be the mysterious, magician or whatever they need him to be. He'll never be a bad guy, but he can always be something different for every generation. That's what's great when you go to Disneyland or you see Mickey Mouse roaming. They can put him in different costumes and different outfits because he's the one we all love. So I think Disney's been very smart using Mickey in the right way. He's their spokesman. They got to watch what they do with him. But you know what? He's the one that pulls us in. We love Mickey Mouse. I don't think there's a person on the planet that really doesn't like him. I think he really resonates with everybody. I think everyone out there who's even watching this video has got at least one Mickey Mouse shirt or toy in their possession. And so it's kind of amazing that for longevity's sake, to make the perfect character, I really think you have to add Mickey to this character. So hands down, with white gloves on, it's, oh boy, Pluto, Mickey Mouse. Okay, so the final piece of the puzzle, the final ingredient that would go into making the perfect cartoon character would be something I like to call audience connection. I just made that up. Don't tell anybody. audience connection, a character that really can connect with the audience. Like, you know, there's been a million characters out there that have done that over the years. Of course, you've got your favorites, I've got mine. But I really wanted to base this decision on a certain aspect of this character that I'm thinking of, because this character doesn't talk. It's an animated character that doesn't talk, yet it carried an entire film and made us love this character because the acting on the character was so great, the emotion of the character was so great, and just the character arc and the story around this character were so great. So I know this might be an interesting choice for you, but for me, to add this aspect into the perfect character, it would have to be the audience connection brought on by the character of WALL-E. WALL-E from the Pixar movie WALL-E. WALL-E is this little robot who doesn't talk, and he carries that entire film and makes you love him. The movie was a huge hit, and that character for me is one of the most cutest, charmingest, one of the cutest, most charming characters I've ever seen. So I think hands down it goes to WALL-E because the connection was so strong and didn't even really utter a word other than his name. So there you go, the perfect cartoon character. We have Marvin the Martian for design. We have Foghorn Leghorn for voice. We have Mr. Incredible for character arc. We have Mickey Mouse for longevity, and for audience connection, we have WALL-E. What did you guys think of this list? Would that make the perfect cartoon character for you? Do you think there's other characters I should have thrown into this list? Let me know down. Remember that comment section I was talking about? Leave a comment down in the comment section below and let me know if I should make more videos like this. Should I compile other lists of the perfect character story, of the perfect cartoon world, of the perfect cartoon whatever? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, this is the Butch Hartman Cinematic Universe, so I'm going to fade away, but before I do, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, art gives you power. Fading away. Use it wisely. Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.